What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I've gotten word that Mr. Rollo Tomassi has called out mediocre tutorials in reviews. And of course, Rollo Tomassi is one of the thought leaders in what is known as what I would call it, the greater manosphere, or the general manosphere, or the white manosphere. And I use that to denote a demarcation between those guys and who I would consider members of the black manosphere, which solely focuses on the issues affecting African-American male life. But Rollo, I've never talked to the guy. I don't really know him. I know he helped a few brothers, Alan Roger Curry, rest in peace, Donovan Sharp, get into the 21 convention before his fallout with Anthony Dream Johnson. But he seems to have a problem with reaction channels. And of course, we all know the beef between Abba and Preach and Rollo Tomassi and Fresh and Fit. And I don't know why MTR was called out, but I'd like to play the part in which he was called out. And then I'm going to play the response that MTR gave, and I'm going to give my response.
Thought that we investigate together. All right. Without further ado,
you can go look at people's thumbnails and say, is this guy an ideas guy or is this guy a reactor? Is this a guy who's just waiting for the next crisis to happen so that they can do a reaction video?
Yeah. Or
are they actually doing something? Do they have a product? Do they have an idea? Do they have a book? Do they have anything that is novel and new? 98% of the time, no, they don't, because they're waiting for people to talk shit about someone else so that they can go do a reaction video. That is Abba and Preach. That is MTR. That is anybody who's an outrage broker, right? And so it was just the new hotness, and I just called him out on.
Okay, so first and foremost, it seems as though Rollo Tomassi has bucketed me into just simply a reaction channel, into his words, an outrage broker. And let me just say, guys, first and foremost, I kind of agree and disagree with his statements right here. Let me go over which component of it that I disagree with first. I disagree with that you could just look at channels just on their thumbnails and be able to tell if it's a reaction channel versus an ideation channel, right? An idea channel. I don't think that you can necessarily do that, because although he's bucketed me into simply a reaction channel or an outrage broker, he probably doesn't also know that I do have products such as the Modern Man's Playbook, where my goal is to teach young men how to be the man that other men respect, as well as teaching young men how to be the man that women want deep inside of them, as well as another digital product that I ideated literally out of nothing called Transcending the Red Pill, which paints to modern men today exactly how our society has become so abhorrent with feminism and sexual liberation, and then details to them how to transcend past ideas of the red pill to be bigger, better, faster, stronger. These two things alone I have created, and I offer them to anyone who follows me if they want to. And if not, then enjoy all the free content that's up on YouTube. By the way, links down in the description box down below. So if he judged me just based off of the thumbnails, that would immediately prove that point incorrect. However, what I do agree with him on is this idea of outrage broker. And here's the thing, I wouldn't necessarily describe it as that. If someone walks to me on the street, typically when people come up to me on the street and ask me yo, what is your channel about? I say that I take viral video topics, I tell a story about them, or I just commentate over that scenario so that those that are watching can have a better understanding of the world that they live in. So as they conceptualize life for themselves and how they can be solution oriented or just be a better version of themselves, they understand how to do that. But what confuses me about that is that everybody does that, right? I did content on Adam 22 and his situation, but you know who else did content at? You, Rollo Tomassi. So does that make you an outrage broker because you did content on something that was going viral at that particular junction? So really what I'm trying to say is what really makes us different, right? And I know that I deliver content in what I like to call an edutainment style, whereas you deliver content in a much more educational style. And different styles, I think, attract different amount of view counts. But I do think to call us outrage brokers, but then also not say that a Fresh and Fit isn't an outrage broker. I mean, they got a lot of eyes on their platform due to the kickouts, due to the outrages that would happen in studio, on their set. And they took advantage of that and continued to grow their platform.
Now, well, one, I do want to like get to like you and MTR? Because I had no idea. You feel me? That there was some type of beef there.
I've never said 2 words to MTR, so I only see what I see. Right?
Yeah. Damn, we've been here for what, like 3 hours? 2 hours. God damn. Yo, who knows?
Dude, I do 4-hour and 5-hour podcasts regularly I only do one. It's on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, here, right? But yeah, right now, right? Look at this, right? Cool. But so what's your issue with MTR? Or why don't he like you?
I don't know. I don't know. Does he not like me? I don't know. I look at what MTR does and what he's talked about in the past with like Fresh and Fit. I know he's come at Pearl, which please keep going at her now. I had a problem, now I don't have a problem anymore. Please do. It's all it's on you, bro. Go get him.
Let me just clear the air before we go on right now. Rollo, I have absolutely no issues with you whatsoever. In fact, I know that you've written a book that gets high accolades.
So let me get into this. MTR clearly doesn't have a problem with him. I didn't have a problem with him. But you see, Rollo Tomassi was caught saying this. Play that clip.
I have the man with the legend, John Fitch, who's going to tell me how to choke an out. So he's got this. I know. Yeah. Like I was asking him, like, you remember what was it? See,
that's the N word, Rollo. And let me tell you, man, you should never in your life, as a white man, use that word under any circumstances. Okay. Now, the whole thing in No Jumper and why I would never go there. The whole a white man that could say the N-word could come to No Jumper and get an interview is all I need to know about No Jumper podcast. And I want to tell you guys something here. Shout out to Flacco. You know, I know the brother. He's a good brother. But here's what I want to say. I want to say something here if I can. This is one of the reasons why your boy never wanted to be associated with these people. And I'm going to say a lot of our brothers that have more of an integrated audience, MTR, Abba and Preach, you know, they have a fan base that is mixed, Fresh and Fit. I only deal with the black stuff over here, okay? Which is why a lot of them don't really come for your boy, because I'm over here in the black sector and joined over here in the hood. I like it over here. I'm not going nowhere. But this is exactly why I don't like integrating with these people. I don't. Because for him to say that about somebody, you know, he generally just don't even know, clearly he hasn't really researched the guy and what he has to offer. It shows something to me, which I feel is, can I just say jealousy, okay? Because if you will look at Rollo Tomassi's audience tab and you will look at MTR, what you're gonna see is there are gonna be a lot of similarities in viewership. They're both pulling the same audience. And what Rollo is saying, this guy is not on my level. He's a red pill grifter. That's what he's trying to say, all right? You know, this guy is just an entertainment factor. He doesn't really contribute anything to the space. He does this and that. Well, if that's the case, if that is your argument, what in the does Fresh and Fit contribute besides kicking girls out and wearing Klan stuff, which you clearly ain't got no problem right with, Mr. N-word bear? And see, maybe MTR, I can't really say this, but let me just say this to you, okay? If you are associated with them, it lets me know, are you really kind of got a problem with, with Abba and Preach? You did talk about just pretty things, but I did notice something here, Mr. White Man. Abba and Preach and MTR are both black. Now, you ain't got no problem hanging out with the blacks that are the sellouts, but you want to use a reason for he don't add nothing to the market. He don't add nothing to the space. Fresh and Fit don't add nothing to the space either. I seen you collaborate with Just Purdy Things. The reality is, bro, you associate yourself with people who can get you views. All right? That's why you're always on Fresh and Fit. You're a guy who wants to think about the manosphere from an academic perspective, a contribution perspective, but you over here co-signing the worst guys in the sphere. And that's how sometimes, I hate to say this, man, white folks be doing stuff like that. That's why I don't deal. That's why I'm over here in Africa. I don't deal. This is why brothers need to stop dealing with, have your own community. Some money I don't even want. Keep it. I don't want it. Because before I be in a community where some dude gonna just swipe me for no reason, but he cool with these other people that do the same thing, no. With your race, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Better take your ass on somewhere. But I will be grifting why he don't like Pearl. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all of you. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.